In this question, we're given a graph that represents the total cost for ordering N number of t-shirts from a company called Team Tops. We're also given information about a competing company called Super Shirts and asked to determine which of these statements is true. To answer this question, we'll have to do a comparison, and the comparison will be based on the total cost equation. The first thing we might notice is that this is a linear relationship. So the equation will be of the form cost equal to initial value plus the rate. So the cost equation for Team Tops would be its initial value, which we can see right there would be $75, plus the rate. And the rate would represent the slope of this line here. To find slope, we need a couple of points on the line. So let's start with that point, which was the initial value. Pick another point. Oh, say this point right there. And slope m is a measure of rise over the run. So the rise would be from there down to there, and the run would be from there over to there. So from $75 up to $175 represents a rise of 100. And from no t-shirts up to 20 t-shirts represents a run of 20. A run of 20. Let's simplify this. Take out the zeros. 2 goes in there once, goes into there 5 times. So our slope or rate is $5 per shirt. So we can add that here. $5 per shirt. So we have our cost equation for Team Tops. Now let's figure out our cost equation for Super Shirts. Well, we're told that there's no setup fee for Super Shirts, but that the charges are twice as much for each t-shirt. So in other words, there's no initial fee, but double the cost per shirt. So this would be 10N. So we can just write that as 10N. Now that we have the cost equation for Super Shirts, let's graph that line. It is a linear relationship. And then compare Team Tops to Super Shirts. Let's take this out here just to give us some room. Okay, so if we have no initial setup fee, the initial cost for Super Shirts would be 0, that point down there. But the cost per shirt now is $10. So if there was 10 shirts sold, it would be $100 in costs. So the point that we want is right here. And if there was 20 t-shirts sold, the cost would be $200 up here. So we got that point there. What we can do is draw a line through these points as best we can. And this would be the Super Shirts line. Now we'll be able to look at these statements and compare the two lines. So the first statement says it is always cheaper to order from Super Shirts. Well, let's take a look. Here's Super Shirts. If there's no t-shirts ordered, it is definitely cheaper than Team Tops. But as we go up the line here, eventually Super Shirts starts to cost us a little bit more. So therefore this statement is false. It's not always cheaper to order from Super Shirts. Next statement, it is the same price to order 150 t-shirts from either company. Well, our t-shirt line here only goes up to 40, so we have to go all the way out to 150 here. But nonetheless, we'll know that because these lines go in different directions here, they're never going to be exactly the same cost. The only time they will be the same cost is right here, and that is at about 15 t-shirts sold, not 150 t-shirts. Be careful, watch out, because it is $150 that is the same cost for both. But we're asked here about the number of t-shirts. So in this case, again, this statement is false. Okay, next, it is cheaper to order 10 t-shirts from Team Tops. So let's go to 10. go up to the Team Tops line, which is about $125. For the Super Shirts line, it's about $100. So it is not cheaper to order from Team Tops 10 t-shirts. So that's false as well. Well, we've only got one option left. Let's hope it's a correct statement. It is more expensive to order 20 t-shirts from Super Shirts than from Team Tops. All right, let's go to 20 t-shirts. Go up to Team Tops. That'll be $175. From Super Shirts, it'll be $200. So yes, indeed, this statement is true. It is more expensive to order 20 t-shirts from Super Shirts than from Team Tops. And there you go.